name is Ruth, and Toyin was my best friend at least. That was what the world believed. Our families had been close long before we were born. So when my parents died in a car accident, when death took them instantly and left me with nothing but shock and grief, Toyin's parents took me and they fed me, clothed me, sent me to school. Everyone said I was lucky. Everyone said I owed them my life. What no one saw was the price I paid for that kindness. From childhood, Toyin wanted everything I wanted. Not because she loved those things, but because I loved them. If I admired a dress, she demanded it. I saw it clearly for the first time when we were 12. The richest family was hosting a grand banquet, and Toyin's parents took us out to buy dresses for the event. I chose a simple blue dress the moment I saw it. I remember smiling to myself, it felt like something that belonged to me. Toyin chose a pink dress and seemed satisfied at first, but when I put on my blue dress, everything changed. She stared at me for a long moment, then said she wanted a blue dress too. Tried to explain gently that there were no more blue dresses left. They begged her to go with the pink one she had already chosen, promising her other things to calm her down. Eventually she agreed, or at least pretended to. On the day of the banquet, I went into the dressing room to get ready. Toyin was already there, standing in front of the mirror in her pink dress, smiling. But it wasn't a happy smile, it was sharp, cold. Then I looked down, my blue dress was on the floor, torn. I felt my chest tighten as tears filled my eyes. I looked up at Toyin, my hand shaking, unable to speak. She met my gaze without guilt, without fear, and said calmly, "If I can't have it, no one can." That was the day I learned that Toyin didn't want what she loved, she wanted what I loved. And it didn't stop there. It only grew deeper. During our school Christmas drama, we were in the same club because, as always, she followed in my footsteps, joining every activity I showed interest in. Toyin had never cared for drama, not once. But when the coordinator said I would be perfect for the role of Mary, I felt something shift beside me. Toyin's eyes that were expressionless before glittered and came alive. Suddenly, she wanted the same role. She went to the coordinator, insisting that she was the better choice, that she deserved to be Mary. When it failed, she came to me, ranting, accusing, demanding. But for once, I didn't listen. I wanted the role, I had earned it. That was when she turned to her favorite weapon, threats. It wasn't new, she had done it before, and every time I had given in. But this time, her words cut deeper than usual. She told me that if I didn't give her the role, she would make sure I didn't follow her and her parents on their New Year vacation. She said I would be left behind, alone in the house. Then she leaned closer and whispered the final blow, just like my parents had left me alone in this world. I gave in. I told the coordinator I no longer wanted the role. Toyin became Mary, and everyone applauded her performance. I clapped too, my palms burning, my smile forced. She kept her promise. I followed them on the New Year vacation, but I quickly understood it wasn't kindness, it was control. I cooked, I cleaned, I stayed quiet while Toyin basked in praise and laughter. One night, she leaned close and whispered, "You always choose wisely." When it was time to choose a university course, I thought foolishly that this would be mine alone. I told Toyin I wanted to study economics. I had thought about it for months. Numbers made sense to me. Systems, markets, cause and effect. It felt like a way to finally build something solid out of my broken past. She laughed at first, said she hated calculation, said economics was boring. 2 days later, she changed her mind. At dinner, she announced it casually, as if it had always been her dream. Her parents smiled, they said it would be nice for us to study together, to watch over each other. I chest tighten. But I said nothing. At the admissions office, she held my hand too tightly. When the counselor asked who chose the course first, Toyin answered before I could speak. I watched my future quietly slip into something shared again. I told myself it was nothing. The giving in had kept the peace before, and it would do so again. But that night, as I lay awake, I understood something terrifying. She didn't want economics. She wanted whatever was mine. By a third year, internships became the new battlefield. I had my eyes on a particular company, quiet, reputable, and known for grooming its interns into leaders. I mentioned it once, casually, not even thinking. Toyin wrinkled her nose and said she would never work there. Said the place was too strict, too dull. A week later she submitted her application. When we both got accepted, everyone celebrated us as a pair. The inseparable friends, I smiled because that was what I had learned to do at work. She watched me closely. If I volunteered for a task, she stepped forward too. If I stayed late, she stayed longer. Soon people stopped separating our names. It was always Ruth and Toyin. Never just me. One afternoon, my supervisor pulled me aside and praised my work. I felt seen for the first time in a long while. That evening, Toyin asked what he had said. I told her the truth. The next day, she dressed sharper, spoke louder, took credit faster. I said nothing. I always said nothing. By the end of the internship, only one recommendation letter was guaranteed, and it was linked to $1 million project. Toyin cornered me in the empty office one afternoon, leaning against the desk, hands crossed, eyes sharp. So you're going for it, she said, voice calm, but edge was something cold. Yes, I said, my throat tightened, but I didn't back down. Her smile twisted, give it up, she demanded. But this time I refused. Like always, she tried everything, sweet words, guilt, threats, but I stood my ground. The company asked us to decide between ourselves that night. Toyin called. Her voice dripped with mockery. After everything my family has done for you, are you really going to take it? She reminded me of the house I slept in after my parents died, the food I ate, the school fees her parents paid. She asked calmly if I would even be alive without them. This isn't about gratitude, I said, steadying my voice. It's about my work, my effort, my future. Her eyes narrowed. Then don't be surprised if I make sure you regret it. When guilt failed, she turned to threats, her usual weapon. But that night, everything moved too fast. In a flash of panic and rage, Toyin drank a substance meant to scare me into submission. Instead, it put her in a coma. While chaos erupted, my supervisor submitted my name. While she lay unconscious in a hospital bed, I was chosen by the company. When Toyin's parents found out, they didn't hear my side of the story. They called me ungrateful, a betrayer, 1,000 names, and sent me away without listening. Neighbors whispered, fingers pointed, and Toyin remained in the hospital. I left with the company, I left the house, I left the town. I never looked back, but still the question lingers. Was it my fault, wanting something of my own? What is my fault?